So you've signed up for National Novel Writing Month and you've got an idea of what it is you're going to write, but then comes the 1st of November and you think to yourself, how am I actually going to do this in 30 days? Well, obviously every novel writing experience is different, but having done this myself 8 times now, here are my top tips for a successful November. Number 1, maybe a bit obvious, but still very important, back up your work and do it often. Hopefully you're not going to need those backups, but it is better to have and not need than need and not have. You do have to put your text into the NaNoWriMo word counter on the website to verify your win, so you don't want a virus to blow everything for you on the last day. Number 2, have an idea of what you're doing each day. If you're a planner, then you should have an idea of just what scene you're going to be working on, so when you sit down to your computer you can get straight into it. And if you're not a planner, then you should still think about it in terms of time. You should think about just when you're going to be doing your writing that day, even if it's just in little windows snatched here and there. With experience, you'll know how much time it takes you to do the daily word count, and that'll certainly help with scheduling. So whether in terms of the story itself or writing time, just have an idea of how your day's work is going to go beforehand. Number 3, get ahead in your word count if you can. Officially you have to do 1,667 words per day, but if you can do more than that, if the words are coming, then take the opportunity and let them come. Get ahead, don't stop. Now this is not only a very good motivator, but it is likely that at some point in a month you're going to have a slump, either because you're not feeling it or because something comes along that takes your time away from writing. So take advantage of the earlier days where you still have lots of energy and motivation and get ahead in that word count, and that way you have a safety net for later on. Number 4, make it fun. There are probably going to be some days where you're just not feeling very enthusiastic about the whole thing. You're just not keen to keep going from where you are at the moment. And at that time you remind yourself that this is supposed to be fun, and sometimes you just have to make it fun. So think about what it is you're most comfortable writing, what makes the words come easiest. Maybe you like it best writing descriptions and painting pictures, maybe you enjoy writing conversations between people, or maybe action scenes. So do one of those. Think about what you want to write at that moment and do that. And that may involve my number 5 tip, which is write the story out of order if necessary. Nobody says you have to write the story in a linear fashion. If you're getting bogged down in a particular scene, then it's perfectly okay to skip ahead to when the next exciting bit happens. And that may help you later on, because if you get to a bit later on where you're a bit stuck and not sure what's happening next, then go back and fill in the gaps to just keep writing. Number 6, if you're still stuck, then shake things up. If the words just aren't coming, then make something new and unplanned happen. Introduce a new conflict. Maybe a bomb goes off. Maybe the hero's ex-boyfriend or girlfriend walks in through the door. When I was doing a fantasy story for my first NaNoWriMo and I was getting a bit stuck, I ended up writing a scene where the heroes go to commit a robbery and they end up getting attacked by magical tree branches that grow down from the ceiling and snatch them up. Even if it's something completely random that you're going to edit out later, then at least it'll keep you going and it may give you some inspiration, some good ideas. And number 7, socialise. Take advantage of the NaNoWriMo community. If there are any regional events happening near you that you can get to, then go along. You'll meet some new people and you can share stories and support each other. And if you can't go to any of those events, then there is still the forum on the NaNoWriMo website where you can get tips and get support if you're in trouble, and if you want, even talk about things that don't have anything to do with your novel. Because as High School Musical says, we're all in this together. So those are my top tips for getting through National Novel Writing Month, and come November I'll be recording my own progress on my blog as usual, which is velociraptor256.wordpress.com. And if there's anything at all you'd like to ask about, then feel free to comment below. So if you have signed up for National Novel Writing Month, then good luck in November and happy writing.